right now their responsibility is actually get real numbers on the table. So even though they passed their budgets with this phony money, now they certainly have the responsibility, as they're closing up these conference committee reports, to make sure that they're actually consistent and fiscally sound, and that there is true savings, if they're booking savings, to back up their budgets. It's just it's good practice. If you were in the private sector and you tried to do what the Republicans are doing with their bills, you'd be fired or worse. Certainly, we're always willing to work in a productive manner towards resolving these budgets. And we tried to help them out during the floor debates, for instance, on the on a couple of the bills where were raiding one-time funds or kind of had fake money, where we actually offered up the cuts and voted for those cuts. The Republicans refused to make the cuts. They would rather take one-time money from funds they really shouldn't be taking the money from than actually doing the hard work of putting a budget together. So if they want us to help them kind of come up with proposals, I'm sure our members are interested in working on that, but we haven't seen a lot of that kind of outreach. And even when we've offered those amendments on the floor, they haven't been taken.
This is something that's happened before. Just last year, this FMAP money that we were supposed to get from healthcare money that was owed to the state of Minnesota. The governor and the two very, very massive Democrat majorities in both the House and Senate agreed to bet on money coming in from the federal government that had not passed yet. So it's not as if this is something that we haven't done before. This has happened before, and when the money came in, it fell to the bottom line just as we expected. But it's not unprecedented to say, well, this is what, in some cases, what we think will happen. In a lot of cases, we've gone with the very, what we would call, they say conservative, but we would say, the most dour situations. We're actually carrying in a lot of our bills. So we've agreed with the fiscal notes that have been given to us. And to say that these bills aren't, do not have fiscal notes attached to it isn't necessarily true. It's just that you maybe don't agree with the policy, so therefore, you complain maybe about the process. And, that's part of the what's going on down here every year. It's part of negotiations, and we're going to make sure and work with not only the administration, but the House and Senate minority caucuses. But Chair Holberg, Mary Liz, has been here a very, very long time and knows exactly where each one of these bills are to the letter, to the penny, and would not certify any of these bills as sound, leaving her committee if she didn't think they were.